Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio. My name is Bones, and I'm joined by Kat and Rob. Guys, what's happening?
Not much.
Waiting to go to bed so I can get up for record store day.
Record store day. You probably just woke up, didn't you?
No, I did not take a nap, so I could go to sleep as soon as I was done recording.
So we have cranky Rob to look forward to.
Oh no.
Yeah, cranky and about half drunk.
No, well, no different than any other week.
Yeah,
So.
I can't. But yeah, it's tomorrow's record store day, and there's things I got to have.
Well, we were talking about that before the episode started. You mentioned John Carpenter or something. What were you?
Yeah, John Carpenter. I think it may have been him and another guy. I don't remember. But they did the score for Village of the Damned.
Oh.
And that's getting a reissue for Record Store Day. So I'm hoping to get that.
There you go. And I just wanted to, because I know this is a topical thing, and everyone listening, I'm sure, is probably pretty interested. You guys did, I don't remember much of last week. I'm not going to lie. Did we talk about A Quiet Place 2 last week? You guys seen that, right?
I finally watched it this week.
Oh, is this right? Okay. So what'd you think, Kat?
I loved it so much. I was so pleasantly surprised. A Quiet Place was one of my favorite horror movies the year it came out. I was really impressed with it. Really afraid of the sequel because I just thought there are so many ways they can fuck up A Quiet Place and so few ways that they can continue the story in a meaningful way. And they did it. They got the rare, this was a good sequel tone. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. I was afraid they were going to really fuck the sequel up by taking it in a stupid direction. But they didn't. They did a really good job with it. And my understanding is now they're talking about working on another A Quiet Place movie, but not A Quiet Place 3. It's going to be like a side story set in the same world.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think, honestly, that might be the best way for them to continue this franchise.
Yeah.
Because if they try to focus on the same family again for a third movie, I think chances are they'll screw it up. But there are a lot of, people and a lot of families and a lot of stories that can be told.
All right. Well, I have yet to see it. I do plan on seeing it. I do want to rewatch A Quiet Place before, and that's my reason for not seeing it yet. It's a shame that I watched the fucking Conjuring movie before this thing, but, whatever. That's how life works, I guess. But yeah, I was looking forward to, but I really don't remember A Quiet Place. I can't remember if I've seen the whole thing. That's how fuzzy it is for me. So I do want to rewatch A Quiet Place 1 before the second one.
Yeah. Did you see the Conjuring movie, Kat? Did we talk about that already?
I still haven't seen that
Okay.
yet.
Lucky you.
Yeah. You are missing nothing.
That was the impression I got. Last week I didn't even know it was out, and you guys did not give me confidence that it was worth my time. My mom tried to get me to watch it this week, and even being sick and on bed rest, I was like, I'm gonna pass on this one for today.
Yeah.
Rob, tell me if you agree on this. I don't know why I was thinking about this damn movie this week, but I was. And Kat, I think the best way to describe this movie is a paranormal movie mixed with, or maybe like a haunting would be better. A haunting movie mixed with like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, sort of. There's a little bit of that. It's just, it's not good. I didn't like it at all.
It was like, what the hell are they? They're doing way too much in these damn Conjuring movies.
Yeah, and that seems to be pretty much the common consensus that I'm seeing online. Most people didn't like it very much.
Huh.
And I said while I was watching it, a dig on paranormal movies is they start so slow. And it's
Mm-hmm.
a challenge to kind of keep the viewer interested because of the way these movies are. They start so slow. You get a lot early in these Conjuring movies, and that dig for paranormal movies where they start so slow doesn't seem so bad after you watch a Conjuring movie and you get it early.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's definitely the weakest of the Conjuring film. It's not the weakest in the Conjuring universe, though, because a lot of those movies are just. I mean, there's
because
a couple
the
of those,
nun exists.
Yeah, I mean, some of those are just unwatchable.
Yeah,
but it's not a good movie. But you know, I mean, if you have HBO Max already, you might as well watch it. What the hell else are you gonna do?
yeah.
I guess you could watch In the Heights. That's on HBO Max now, I believe.
I might watch In the Heights.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about In the Heights more than I'm thinking about The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at.
Yeah. That's a musical. There's no way I'm watching it.
The weakest Conjuring movie is kind of like the stinkiest turd. I was like, do you really win no matter what? Honestly.
No, I was supposed to go to the movies today, and I went ahead and canceled it, so I did not go. I was going to go see that Ryan Reynolds movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
The hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Yeah. It looks funny. I was going to go check that out, but I was like, nope.
Do you know if Ryan Reynolds is shirtless in this movie?
He does not appear to be shirtless in the trailer at any point. But I don't know about the rest of the movie. No.
All right.
But I had to come home and watch a movie for this episode.
Oh, so the perfect mindset for a movie that I like.
Uh-huh.
I do have, before we get away from the topic of theaters, I have a horror court.
Oh shit.
Is it me again?
No.
Okay. I mean, honestly, 8 out of 10 times it's me. So
it's usually Rob, and I have my grievances with you this week. I know it's going to come to blows, but it's I think we're going to be all on the same page about this one. I hope. I want to complain a little bit about my about theater courtesy. During a horror movie. Quiet Place. I've only been to see a couple movies this year. I've only just recently gotten my second shot. So I've seen Spiral and A Quiet Place Part 2. Very different experiences for me. A Quiet Place Part 2 was really good. It was very easy to get invested in. But the people sitting in the row next to me were very loud, which is annoying enough in a movie theater experience, but especially for a movie that's as sound-oriented as something literally called A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
It was a little bit frustrating. There was a lot of laughter. It was like a commentary track down the aisle. They eventually got a little bit quieter. And then, and this is what I want to complain about, they were taking flash photography.
What?
Oh, no.
In the back row. And I was like, this is one of the most blatant things I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, and the first time it happened, I thought it was like an accident, right? Like the light goes off and it's like a fucking strobe light. They're having like a rave in the back of the theater. And that was one thing. But then it happened like multiple times, at which point I realized they're taking like flash selfies in the back of this theater, and it's like, that is unacceptable, right?
No, that is way out of bounds.
And I know I'm someone who can get easily irritated in a theater, but it's expensive, and I get a little bit, but like, that's just not okay, right?
No,
yeah,
you're 1,000%
in a
right.
horror movie.
Yeah, I feel like this horror court is right on the line of turning on me.
Because you're the worst. But
what do you mean?
Oh, I know you're in there on your phone. I know you are.
I check my phone.
I know, and you try to do it where you like angle the phone down so the light doesn't. But no, that doesn't work, and everybody can see it, and you're an asshole.
And that's something, because like I sit in the back row. I sit in like the top row of every theater that I go into, because I know that's the easiest place for me to find my seat or whatever. It's usually, and it means I don't have anyone behind me like laughing maniacally. I always sit in the back of a theater, and like I've kind of accepted to the point that I'm the old social outcast, and there are going to be people checking their phones below me. I'm going to see like 1 or 2 screens a movie. I'm finally kind of making my peace with that. Like, it irritates me less than it used to. But flash photography,
that is beyond anything
in a theater, like multiple times.
And honestly, Mike, if you want to check your phone in the theater, get a goddamn Apple Watch. That's what I did.
I do check my phone, but that's where the line stops. And, I might have a comment here or there throughout a movie. I do it quietly. I whisper it. I even lean to further silence what I'm doing.
Yeah, there was no leaning.
Yeah, that's only acceptable if you know the person you're sitting next to, though, Mikey.
Well, that's what I aim for. Though.
I can see you in a theater just leaning into a stranger.
Holy shit, you see that? Get the fuck away from me. See, the reason I don't go to theaters anymore, and I do miss the experience, around me, people just set their kids loose in fucking movie theaters. And it drives me up the wall. Because, like Kat said, it's expensive. You're going to enjoy. I go for horror movies, as I'm sure most people listening to this, the majority of the stuff that they go to, horror movies in theaters. Do not drop your kids off in a group at a movie theater because they're laughing. Their phones never get put down. They don't shut the fuck up. They're in, they're out, they're up, they're down, they're moving over here, they're going over there. I don't go anymore.
You guys need to go to a higher class theater because I never have these problems.
Dude, that's what I deal with. That's what I fucking
It never
do.
happens here to me.
I have like a pretty good selection of theaters, not immediately by where I'm at, but like within a 30-minute drive. I have a decent selection of theaters. Like, I can choose my own theater experience. This is the nicest theater by me that I went to for A Quiet Place Part 2, and I went to like one of the later showings so that there would be fewer people. Right. It's the first time anything like this has ever happened to me there. Like, yeah. I've had bad experiences, especially because one of my favorite theaters to go to is like one of the cheaper ones. They serve alcohol, and it's like a $5 ticket, and the sound quality isn't great, and I know what I'm getting into. Yeah. But it's never happened to me like at this particular theater because it's so nice.
Yeah, when you go to the cheap movies, I mean, that's kind of what you get. Like, I have AMC A-List, and they do like $5 Tuesdays. And I get so pissed off when I go to the theater and I realize, oh, damn it, it's Tuesday. I picked the wrong damn day to come to the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have these issues. At least not too much. I can't remember the last time I had a pain in the ass experience like that.
And the thing that irritates me is everyone was so fucking quiet during Spiral. It was packed. It was like wall to wall packed. And no one said a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Kat was waiting for a distraction on that sumbitch.
I would have loved something to watch during Spiral, and there was just nothing.
Yeah. Of course, the last few times I've gone to the movie theater, too, I've gone to IMAX. And I think people are less likely to do it in IMAX because the tickets cost just that much more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing. I don't have an IMAX theater unless I'm willing to drive for it.
Yeah, I have to drive for it too because I live in a little college town. But yeah, it's, some movies it's just worth it. Like Kong versus Godzilla, I was going to the IMAX theater for.
I wish I had gone to see Quiet Place Part 2, but honestly, with my work schedule, I'm just happy I got to see it at all.
Yeah.
I was afraid I was going to miss it in the theater entirely. I would have been crushed.
Yeah, I saw that one at the IMAX theater too. The only one I've seen recently at the regular theater was The Conjuring 3. And I didn't give a damn whether anybody talked to you in that movie or not. So.
You're begging for something to watch.
Yeah, I was looking around at strangers going, hey, what's up?
The tables have turned. But yeah, I don't go. I'm not happy about going to movie theaters anymore because of, and I might sound like the crotchety old man, but these goddamn kids that people let loose in the movie theaters, don't do that. Because you know how they're gonna act like they don't got no goddamn sense. Don't do it. Come on up.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
It is the nice thing about being like a freelancer because I just go during school hours.
Yeah. That's a
go
good idea.
like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's like I'm not gonna run into any kids in this movie.
We need a rash of like really high-profile national news kidnapping, so people couldn't let their kids run loose. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Rob,
Horrible thing.
Don't spearhead
Horror
this
court
thing.
for Rob.
Yeah, literally court for Rob.
Yeah, I am happy that we had a horror court that wasn't about me, because that shit was getting old.
And we all agreed on one, which is nice.
Yeah, way to rally the troops, Kat.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I think this is the first horror court where one of us would directly curse that. Like, Rob, you called me an asshole
Well,
right out of the gate.
somebody had to.
Someone has recently, several people, so good line.
I'm going to keep you in check.
Nah. Good call, Kat. That is a very bitch-aboutable moment, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I like the horror courts. I really do.
They're good.
They are.
Yeah, they're terrific. Wonderful feature on this show.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't like this one all too much because I got cursed at, but yeah, I got over it.
We need to change the name of the topic. We just call it Bitch It Rob.
That's
All right.
not bad.
Yeah.
That might be a good show for the Lord Network Comfort thing.
No. We're going to do a show where you talk nice about me.
What was that called again?
Male bondage.
Yep. Patreon.com/slasher radio.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you hear me and Mikey bond over a little male bondage.
It sounds too much like Sexy Time with Rob. I don't like
Oh, that show's a hit too.
it. God damn it.
Man, I'll say the metrics and the algorithm just off the charts for all these shows.
Can we do the news?
I don't even know what those words mean.
Let's do some news.
Yeah, please.
Pretty
Jesus
sure I'm not
Christ.
using them correctly, but
No.
whatever. My research department tells me.
Who's the research department? The Oompa Loompas?
None of your business.
Oh, okay.
So I got people.
All right. I'm
Well,
sorry. I just answer phones there. I'm sorry.
I know more people than just the two of you.
Really? Oh, Ghost. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she running your... Oh, God. No wonder those numbers are fucked.
I'm going to tell you said that.
Oh, shit.
It's time to hump the news with Rob Humphrey.
He's not a genius.
All right, guys. First up, there are 3 new images to preview the final season of The Walking Dead that was released.
Holy fuck, that show's still going on?
The final season? How many final seasons have they had?
Yeah, didn't they do a final
I feel
season?
like I hear about this every couple years.
Yeah, I feel like they did this like 5 years ago. I thought it ended.
Why am I getting yelled at this week? God damn it, guys.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
No, it is a little confusing. When COVID, it fucked up everything. See, they just had a season that was an extension of last season.
Oh, jeez.
So, but yes, I don't remember. COVID really fucked everything up for me on this timeline. But I don't know if it was before last season or during last season. It was announced that the next season was going to be the final season, but this last quote-unquote season was an extension of last season.
Oh, for
my
fuck's
God.
sake. That's why I can't stand these kind of shows. These cable television shows are the most annoying with their like half-season bullshit, and now you got seasons that are extensions of other seasons and everything.
And it's starting to spill over into streaming,
Yeah, it's
which I
very
really
annoying.
don't like.
Yeah, I don't want a half season of something. Just save it up and give me the whole damn thing at once.
Well, see, to be fair, and I've always, when I was a huge Walking Dead fan, I always bitched because they had, me and my grandmother, Grandma Bones, bitched about this every fucking week when we would talk about Walking Dead. They would have, their season would start around October, and then it would end around December for a mid-season break. I was like, what the fuck is a mid-season break? It's bullshit. And then it would pick up again, usually either on fucking Valentine's Day night or All-Star Weekend for the NBA. Really, but besides the point. And then it would run until whenever it would run. So, yeah, it was, that always pissed me off. But at the same time, when you really look at the quality of what you're getting with Walking Dead. And, say what you want about it, Rob, but you got to admit, well, you haven't watched it, so I guess not. But,
I saw the first season.
Well, but, I mean, a lot goes into what they do.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, we had Greg Nicotero on the show, and he, in depth, went into, like, they're filming on location in Georgia in, like, 120-degree weather with the makeup on and fucking all this armor and, like, whatever shit they got. Like, it's not easy. And all these fight scenes and everything they're doing, mixing in CGI. Yeah, I appreciate it, and as much as it sucks, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like the effects and stuff look good. I never had a problem with that. It's the, the lack of story.
Whoa.
That bothers me. The lack of anything happening ever.
How dare you? We're not, this is an argument for another day. We're not going to have another hardcore. Because I'm real close. Don't do it. Stop being mean to Walking Dead.
I got to speak my truth, man. That's all there is to it.
Your truth is bullcrap. Walking Dead was great. Anyway, these images look cool. You can see Negan, you see Carol. I don't see Daryl, which is strange, but and you see zombies. So,
all right.
Well, screw the both of you. Anyway,
what did I do?
I don't know.
You weren't excited enough.
Yeah, you did throw a few digs in there, Kat. Damn you.
I'm confused.
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of images being released, Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Dear Lord.
I know. Promises to be a bigger and better game, and there's a trailer released, and apparently this is coming this year. I did not look at the trailer yet. I'm actually going to do that right now. I was super disappointed because we never had a good Jurassic Park game, and the last one was just a fucking park builder.
I like park builders. What's wrong with a park builder?
Farming simulator.
Yeah, I know. Farming simulator. And everything I have is like a park builder, basically. All these games I play. I like that kind of thing. I haven't played this, though, the Jurassic Park game. And I didn't see anything about the game, like the new one coming out. I thought you were going to talk about the movie, how we got a poster.
Well, I'm getting there.
All right.
I'm getting there. But, I'm looking at it now. It looks like a glorified fucking park builder, so.
I'm in. I will save my money on Jurassic Park Evolution 1 and wait for 2, I guess.
I guess.
And then maybe I'll be in. If I can build a park with dinosaurs, that sounds awesome.
See, that only sounds awesome to me if you then have to escape the park.
Right.
No, you guys. It's like, you young people and your ADD and stuff. Can't you ever just relax when you're playing a video game? It's nice.
I relax when I play video games sometimes.
Yeah.
Every now.
Like Farm Manager 2021, it's so great to just sit back, relax, and watch the fields get plowed. Oh, it's so relaxing.
That's too relaxing.
Yeah. I relax all the time when I play video. I sit in my drawers on a couch, feet up. I'm relaxing.
All right.
I usually start cursing, but
a Plants vs. Zombies level of relaxing.
Oh yeah,
where it's like I plant shit and it fights zombies for me.
I love that game.
It's a good balance.
Do they have that on PlayStation, Kat? Do you know?
They do, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna brag about it being on Xbox. Never mind. Well.
Yeah, they do because my son used to play it a lot.
Hell yeah. All right, well, this is something that passed. It was June 9th, but I think it's worth talking about. Sci-Fi celebrated Pride Month on Wednesday, June 9th, with an all-day The Pride of Chucky marathon.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that.
The Pride of Chucky.
Yeah, I don't know what Chucky has anything to do with Pride Month. Am I missing something?
The Cult of Chucky a little bit had, maybe? A little?
Seed of Chucky, for sure.
I completely blocked Seed of Chucky from my
Seed
mind.
Of Chucky
I
is
don't
awful.
remember.
Oh, it's a piece of shit movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's in there. Damn it.
Is it there? I don't remember Seed of Chucky. I mean, that's just not what I've watched in a long time. All right. Look, I'm all in on a Child's Play marathon. A Chucky marathon, whatever you want to call it. But I don't understand what it has to do with Pride Month. But I love to watch Chucky.
I would imagine Seed of Chucky was what did it.
Yeah.
But this is the second Child's Play marathon in the middle of the fucking week. Sci-Fi? What the hell?
Yeah. I think more than even the Seed of Chucky, I think that Sci-Fi had the rights to show the Child's Play movies, and they liked the little play on words from the Bride of Chucky to the Pride of Chucky. Probably more than anything to do with Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, because there are other horror franchises that would have made a lot more sense there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have the TV show coming up, which we will talk about shortly. I kind of skipped over the fucking Jurassic Park thing.
Jesus Christ, and I even reminded you.
I know. That's probably why I didn't do it.
Oh, I thought that was the whole thing.
But yeah, there was a new poster. I forget what's the name of the new Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park Dominion or something?
Dominion, yeah. I mean, a poster came out and people got mad. I don't know what they got mad about.
I don't know why they got mad. I thought it looked pretty cool.
I mean, posters are cool and all, but like, people really got pissed off about that thing, and I don't know why.
I don't know what there was to get mad about. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Rob, even your co-host on This Horror Life goes, she said to me, it looked fucking stupid, I believe is an exact quote.
So, I have felt that way about Jurassic Park movies ever. I feel like I don't even remember what the name of the first Chris Pratt one was.
Jurassic
but I got
World.
so excited about Jurassic World, and then I felt kind of ripped off like leaving the theater, and I've thought Jurassic Park is kind of dumb since then.
Jurassic
the new
World
ones.
was awesome. You didn't like Jurassic World?
I didn't like Jurassic World.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And I'll tell you what I did too. When I went to the theater to see it, I saw it in 3D, which is something I never do. Because I wear glasses, and to see a movie in 3D, I have to wear glasses over glasses, and it sucked. Right?
That's no fun.
But that movie in 3D in the movie theater was like being on a theme park ride.
Really?
It was awesome. Yeah, it was great. Like that one, the one big dinosaur jumps out of the water, and it comes right at the screen, and in 3D it just looked awesome. There was a lot of really cool stuff in 3D. So my theater experience with that movie was really good. So now when I watch it, I enjoy it, and maybe it has some residual effect from that. I don't know, but I did like that one. The newest one though. Something Kingdom or something. I don't remember. The Fallen Kingdom,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That one sucked. I
don't think it sucked.
Dude, it sucks. There's a fucking dinosaur auction. It's terrible.
I loved Jurassic World. I thought the Fallen Kingdom one, when I seen trailers, I thought I was going to fucking hate it. I liked it.
No, I didn't like that one at all. But I'm kind of looking forward to Dominion because I think they've set up something cool. We'll see what they do with it, but it looks like they're set up to do something cool.
I love Jurassic Park so much. Chills just thinking about it. Why I like dinosaurs in general. I think I have a dinosaur thing like you guys have a shark thing.
I have some dinosaur movies to recommend to you.
Oh shit. Cat, don't
and you have a dinosaur thing, but you haven't seen Velocipaster.
Right.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, you guys are gonna fuck that up for me.
Velocipaster is amazing.
Jesus Christ.
And Tammy and the T-Rex. Oh my god. So
I can't
good.
have shit. I've come to I can't have a fucking thing. Alright. Well, considering I went out of order, getting back to the Child's Play thing, Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly, there was a short teaser, very short teaser. Two of them released for the new Chucky TV series, which I'm super excited about. And Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly are up in that bitch, and they're very short. One of them is just pretty much a Chucky new series and a black screen, and you hear Chucky's laugh, you hear Tiff, who is amazing, and the other video is just like a director view, pretty much from the camera here and there of it really looks like about 5 seconds, if even, maybe 3 of a scene. So they're not giving us much.
Yeah, I saw that they released a teaser trailer for it, but I didn't watch it.
What the hell?
What?
What do you... I never understand you.
I just saw the story and I don't know. I just didn't watch it. Like, I didn't click on the link, you know?
So you will sit through a movie called Velocipaster and Tammy and the T-Rex, but you won't take the time to watch literally a 10-second video of an upcoming legendary, iconic franchise TV show?
I have seen Velocipaster, I'll have you know, more than once.
Oh.
And Tammy and the T-Rex at least half dozen times. And yeah, I did not watch the teaser trailer.
Huh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hold on. The Velocipaster is an hour and 15 minutes. Do you know how many times you could have watched this video in an hour and 15 minutes?
I mean, it doesn't sound like there was much there anyway. I don't know. It's a teaser trailer for a television show. Like, I didn't feel compelled to check it out.
You could have watched that teaser trailer 750 times.
Oh my
the time
God.
it took you to watch that damn Velocipaster.
Why would you want to?
I'm just saying
when you could watch Velocipaster.
I'd rather watch that trailer 150
You
times.
haven't even seen Velocipaster. You can't possibly know what you would rather watch.
It's a safe assumption. Very safe. Anyway, so all right. Rob neglected to watch it. And Kat, did you see it? No? Yes?
No, I didn't even know it was a thing until just now.
It's not much. I mean, it pisses me off. They really are teasing us with this thing.
When's it coming out? Do we know that?
No.
No.
Return this fall. That's it. So, imagine around October, maybe?
Probably.
Very excited. Very, 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 very excited.
I don't, you know, the whole releasing horror stuff in October, like, I get it, right?
Mm.
But it seems like it's so much easier for stuff to get lost in the shuffle if you do that. You know what I mean? Like, I would try to avoid October.
Especially this year, because you got Halloween coming out, the movie Halloween Kills, and as much as you guys want to shit on it, you have the final season of The Walking Dead, so you got a movie and a TV show that you're throwing balls to the wall against. That's tough.
Yeah, and there'll be more movies too. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not just going to be Halloween.
We're going to be right off Candyman at that point too.
Yeah, I think Candyman's in August. I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be some horror stuff coming soon.
It is Chucky though.
I think it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. It's Chucky, but it's on like sci-fi. I don't know. I'm not. We'll see, but I'm not over excited about it, to be honest with you.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's great. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's a television version of Chucky on sci-fi. You know, I would temper your expectation.
I am, but since it's Chucky, I feel like, you know, they're really gonna pull out all the stops for it.
Yeah, I mean, Sci-Fi is the network that gave us Santa Jaws, so you know they could do anything.
Did they really do Santa Jaws?
I'm pretty sure that was a Sci-Fi movie. Yeah.
Fuck Sci-Fi.
Hey.
Anyway, moving along. I sent you guys a link. I don't know if you want to check it out.
For God's sake, now I gotta go click on something.
I should have sent you that damn teaser trailer. Make you watch it.
I'm not watching a trailer for this damn thing.
No. You don't have to watch the trailer for this, but just the images to get a little visual. R.L. Stine. Speaking of trailers, there's a trailer out for an R.L. Stine Netflix trilogy called Fear Street. And, I mean, I love R.L. Stine. And looking through this, I don't know much about it. This is my first time hearing about it. But looking through the images that Bloody Disgusting has up, it looks R.L. Steiny, if that makes sense.
I don't. All right, so let's back up just a moment here.
Okay.
I don't know what Fear Street is.
Me either.
Okay.
Fear Street was a series of books. It was like Goosebumps, but for a slightly older age bracket.
That was going to be my question. Is it Goosebumps?
Yes. Yeah, for like preteens. Goosebumps. Okay. I had a weird timeline reading horror as a kid because I actually read Stephen King like really in like single digit years, but my assumption is that, you know, Goosebumps was for, you know, like really little kids, and then Fear Street was for like the preteens.
Okay, but these movies are rated R, huh? That's interesting. Okay,
well,
all right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I
mean, who
read
knows?
like a couple of Fear Street books, but they were never nothing that should be rated R.
Yeah, but I think that like it might be a smart way to make these movies because the audience that were the age to read these books would now be old enough to watch a rated R movie.
Watch a rated R, yeah.
You know, so that might be a smart way to go about it. I'm just not that familiar with it. I never like Goosebumps and all that stuff was sort of I was too old for that stuff. So I never really read the books. I mean, I've seen the show a few times, and I have read the books, actually. I shouldn't say that because I have read the books with my kid when he was younger, but just Goosebumps. Like, I didn't know Fear Street existed.
See, that was the thing with Fear Street for me, because I went to, like, from Goosebumps to Stephen King, like, really, really fast. So there was not much of an age for me to be in Fear Street. By the time I learned about it, it was like I was still kind of reading Goosebumps for nostalgia at that point, but they weren't as scary as the King things, and they weren't as silly or as nostalgic as the Goosebumps. So I never read like very many of them.
You went from Goosebumps to Stephen King, and Family Services never had a talk with your parents?
No, in my mom's defense, she read my first Stephen King book to me when I was 7, I think, but it was Eyes of the Dragon, which is actually, it's a fantasy novel.
I was gonna say I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's his one fantasy novel which he wrote for his daughter. But not his one fantasy novel, because I guess that's also what the Dark Tower series is technically, if you want to break it down into. Anyway, he wrote it for his daughter because she's not big into horror stories, so he wrote Eyes of the Dragon, and my mom read that to me when I was little, and then because I liked that book, I was like, well, I can read more Stephen King, and then I read it to myself when I was like 10 or 11, and it's a lot scarier as an adult than a kid, so it was not super traumatic at the time. But then, reading it later, it was like, why was I allowed to read this as a kid?
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like they're coming out. They have dates for these. Part 1... and they have years next to that. So part 1, and I'm assuming, again, this is my first time hearing about this.
I think they're set in different years.
Right. Fear Street Part 1 in 1994. Looks like it's going to be dropping on July 2nd. Fear Street Part 2, 1978, which is interesting. I really want that to see that 94 shit. That right there. But that's dropping on July 9th, the 1978. And Part 3 is 1666.
Oh, good lord. That's a big jump.
Jesus Christ.
Are you sure they don't mean 1966?
That could be a typo. That very well could be a typo, Mr. Squires. I'm bloody disgusting, but I don't know. But that's dropping on July 16th, and these are going to be on Netflix. I am super looking forward to this.
All right. Well, let me know how they are, because I probably will skip.
Some bitch.
I mean, I don't know. I might watch them. I don't know.
The Velocipastors, a must-see.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much out there to watch. I could rewatch Velocipaster
3 times.
Yep. Or Santa Jaws or whatever. Definitely going to be checking out Aquarium of the Dead, so.
Let me warn you. Next up, the Evil Dead game. There is a video out of gameplay, and it is narrated by Ash.
Yeah.
And this thing looks fucking awesome, despite what my co-hosts are going to say. So go ahead and get out of the way.
It looks great. I'm just really disappointed. It looks like it's going to be another multiplayer online game, and I just don't care.
Listen, I only once, because my computer had opinions about me running Friday the 13th, but I've played Friday the 13th. I've played Dead by Daylight. I've played Book of Memories. I've played that weird Layers of Fear ripoff. I've done, and I played whatever Phantasmophobia. I've put in my time to quantify my next statement. I am never going to get scared playing a multiplayer horror game. It takes me out of the experience. It makes it less immersive. It makes me less on edge. I don't get scared. I don't feel that tension. It defeats the purpose of playing horror video games for me. And if there's no single player mode, I'm not going to play it. That's just, I'm not going to get spooked. It's not going to be worth my time or money. And it hurts to say because I was looking forward to this one. But
I am exactly with Kat. If
guys,
there's no single player mode, I will not buy this game. It looks amazing. I mean, the little bit of gameplay footage that they show in the trailer or whatever looks incredible. I'd love to play it, but if there's no single player mode, I'm just out.
It's not scary to do multiplayer.
Kat, you have never been stalk shift grabbed in Friday the 13th, and not for nothing, Dead by Daylight 2. There are times today. Dead by Daylight scared. Michael Myers scared the shit out of me today, and
sorry.
Yeah, you should apologize. I got fucking face camped on that hook too, so I really apologize, scumbag. Not you, the asshole face camped me. But it has its. I do see what you're saying, though, Kat. I do. It's not. It's more of a circumstantial thing where it's like it happened, it's done, kind of thing. So like I get it, but it does have its moments, and I don't know. I just like the competitiveness of it, So that's me, and I'm really looking forward to this game. My speed, it's been documented. I can't fucking stand up by daylight, but Friday the 13th game is like my perfect speed for a video game, and this looks like it's a little more fast-paced and involved, but I'm here for it, man. Fucking sign me up.
I mean, I'm not opposed to a multiplayer mode for these video games, but I feel like, honestly, in a way, it's sort of a lazy way to put a licensed property out there. It's not original anymore. There are a ton of these kind of games, so give me a single player mode also. And if you don't do that, then I'm just not interested anymore.
Plus, and I want to talk to you about, you might back me up on this one, Mikey. You might not. It's going to be okay. Either way, I'm not going to be devastated. But I feel like it's also, if you're going to spend a lot of money on one of these games, having a single player mode is like the only kind of security that you can have. Because there are things like Friday the 13th, it gets wrapped up in licensing or money, or like running the servers is expensive. The patches, like keeping stuff open for multiplayer, there's no longevity to that game. If you have a single player mode, if you have something you can play offline, at least you have something to show for it, like if the worst happens to a game. But if you're multiplayer exclusive, like that's putting an expiration date on whatever you produce.
Yeah.
And for like a $60 for like a AAA title price, that's just not acceptable to me.
Yeah, and I think Friday was a really bad example of that because the worst happened. So, but I'll tell you what, man, I will sit on Dead by. If I got on Dead by Daylight right now, I can guarantee I will sit in that fucking lobby, readied up, waiting for a match for at least bare minimum of 10 minutes, probably 15 or higher. Friday the 13th. I can go into a lobby right now, full match, within minutes. So you're right. You are right about that. But then you look at Dead by Daylight, which is unfortunately fucking thriving right now. I don't know how. But there's an expiration date on it. Absolutely. But, at least, see, my thing is with it, if I play a story mode on a game, see, you're different, though, because you're a little achievement hunter. So you will play that son of a bitch time and time. So, but at least if I play a story mode, I'm playing it once and I'm done. So that's personally me.
And that's the other thing with, because you mentioned my achievement hunting, which is true. But, and this is something, and I think like, it's not a multiplayer game, but I think Until Dawn is a really good example of like what I'm looking for in a game.
Yo, I love Until Dawn.
Because like I'm bad at quick time events, and it made the Until Dawn experience very tense for me because I knew they could throw one at me at any time and I could die like on the spot if I failed one. So I was on the edge of my seat. Then they had things where you had to like stay still and like be quiet, and it was a very tense, immersive experience for me. I played it alone, by myself in a dark room. I didn't have and it was so immersive, it was so good. And then each time I replayed it, it was like I got a little bit more competitive because I think having a competitive mindset makes me less scared. And so as I started replaying it, I played it like a couple more times for the alternate endings to get different stories and stuff, where I was still very immersed and it was still very effective. By the time I did my last run, where I was just going after it for the platinum trophy, like I was in that achievement hunter mindset where it was very competitive. It wasn't as scary. I was like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do perfect, and I'm gonna get the platinum.
Speed run the best that you could, right?
Yeah, like absolutely. And that one was the least scary for me. But like a multiplayer, if I know that there are other people competing with me, I'm already in that competitive mindset,
Right,
and I can't get immersed. So it's like at least a single player mode would give the chance to have that one immersive experience before I get like all competitive and worked up. And like, plus if I beat the single player mode for a game that has a multiplayer option, I'm more likely to play the multiplayer option because I know I'm not going to look like an idiot when I start the game. Like I've already beat a story mode. I know the controls. If I suck, I know that I don't have to play the multiplayer. Like if Evil Within was multiplayer, I would just give up. But like, because I was so shit at that game. But like, you know, if it was Until Dawn, I'd be excellent. I finally learned how to do QuickTime events.
Or you'd be like me and keep getting fucked over on Dead by Daylight, keep playing the goddamn thing. You know. To each their own.
Have you played the other games that are like Until Dawn from that same company, Kat?
No, I don't think I have.
Man of Medan and
I've heard about that.
Little Hope, I think it's called.
No.
Yeah.
Are either one good?
Both are pretty good. They're not as good as Until Dawn, but they're both shorter games. But I don't think they cost as much either. I think I paid $30 for them when they were brand new. But they're both worth it. I mean, they're the exact same kind of game, just different stories.
I might do that then. I'm always looking for more. Until Dawn was so good.
Yeah, I mean, these are not as good as Until Dawn, but they're both entertaining enough and fun enough. And they're replayable, like you said, like Until Dawn. I mean, there's, you know, a handful of alternate endings that you can get, and so many different ways the stories can branch out that you can replay them a number of times before you finish with it.
Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing on this topic, and it's what Rob had said. And I get what you're saying, Rob, but about the laziness of, because I look at, and not to pile on Dead by Daylight, but I've always said, like, because Friday the 13th, as dead end as it became, the authenticity that was put into that game was incredible. And it looks like Evil Dead might be a little less, but, you know, they brought Ash back, they brought a bunch of other characters back. It does seem like, you know, they have the cabin map, it looks like different maps that call to the movies. So, you know, like I always look at Dead by Daylight as to where, perfect example, they had an update on Leatherface. They made him faster. Like, in what realm does Leatherface need to be any type of fast, let alone faster? You know, so it's like, you get a game like Dead by Daylight where they get the license, they make the skins, they put them out, and they're doing everything they can to make people buy them to get the money, and that is it. You know, the maps look nothing like it, and it's really frustrating to see these characters almost get prostituted, you know, onto this game. And then you have games like Evil Dead where it's just dedicated. Friday the 13th, just that. So I get what you're saying, Rob, but I just wanted to point out, I guess, how much I hate Dead by Daylight is really the ultimate goal. So I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
Friday the 13th is an incredible game.
It is, yeah.
Like, as far as like being true to the franchise and all the details that they put in and everything, all of that is terrific. When I said it's lazy, I didn't mean that they did a bad job creating that game. They did a great job. Where I feel that it's lazy is now it's easy to grab a licensed property like Evil Dead and go, well, we'll just make it one of these multiplayer games because they do well.
It does seem closer to that with Evil Dead, yeah.
And it's and it's easy to do that, and then you don't have to come up with a story.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is, and this might be because I have a writing background. It might be because I have a fiction background before that, but like, gaming to me has always been like another kind of media, and when you take the story out of that, it rubs me the wrong way, I think, because it's like it's not a horror game, but I think Destiny is a really good example of like why this pisses me off so much. Because again, it was one of those AAA titles. It was very expensive. You had I went to a midnight release for it, and then they didn't even finish the fucking story. Like you had to pay extra for the update to get the second half of the narrative, and it's like that's not
bullshit
acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Like it should be an experience. It should tell a full thing, you know. And it's like I understand that now that multiplayer is becoming more the accepted, like, preferred type of game for people, that not everyone is looking for that story, but that's still what I play games for, like, 90% of the time.
This is just an example of something else that millennials have ruined.
I'm here for it.
You're not wrong.
I'm here for it. I am looking for it. I'm just worried that I'm not going to be able to catch on to this Evil Dead game because I am a little older. My reaction time is not what it used to be, and man, there's a lot of combos in this trailer, man. I don't know. There's gonna be some button mashing going on in my house, I can tell you that much.
You gotta be more like me, Mikey. You gotta stay sharp.
Oh yeah,
I'm always staying frosty. My reaction time.
You've got to play more Farming Simulator.
My reaction time is spectacular.
I'm sure.
It's true.
I'm looking forward to it. So, you know, and it's cool. I mean, you know, we had a great discussion on this. I like the different viewpoints of it. It's just really good regardless that horror is doing so well in video games. Like, I truly love that. And in all different, like, we just named a bunch of titles. And, like, they're all thriving, and that's great. Not Dead by Daylight. Yeah, and by the time you hear this, people, Nemesis will be out. Don't face me at me.
What the hell's Nemesis?
Do you mentally check out when we record?
It involved both Resident Evil and
that's why he
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. When we talk about dumb shit, I check out. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So that's it for the news. I don't got nothing else.
Thank God.
All right, guys. So we are done with the news. We will be back after a quick break with
a break.
A break. Yeah.
Tomorrow is record store day. I have to go to sleep.
They're taking the break.
We don't take a break. They take a break. And
what if we had to listen to the commercials, like, to record them?
We wouldn't have to if we went to patreon.com//radio. Starting at 75 cents a week. Anyway, so we'll hurry up on this break. There'll be one less ad so Rob can do record store.
Oh, God.
All right, Kat. This is a cat pick. Set the table. What made you? Because I never heard of this movie. We're doing the perfection. I never heard of this movie. Set the table for it because I don't quite know how to describe this thing right out of the gate.
How'd you not hear about this movie? When this movie came out, it was all over the place.
I had also not heard of this movie. I almost missed this one when it came out because I was not as in the loop with horror stuff at the time. And no one told me about it. It was one of those things I like accidentally stumbled on it on Netflix one day and watched it without any idea what the fuck it was about. It's been one of my favorite movies since then. I really enjoy. I think this one, of course, I didn't have the exposure to it that Rob did, but I've always felt like it was a little bit underrated. I'm surprised that people don't talk about it more. And one of the things that really drew me to this movie in particular is it has, I think, and I've made this complaint about specific movies on the show before, that I very often don't like the chemistry between love interests in movies. I complain about that. I think the first time was American Werewolf in London. I did not enjoy that couple together. I think this has some of the best chemistry of any horror film, and it is between two women, which is not, we don't get a lot of LGBTQ plus representation in horror, especially not any that's good. And so to have like very good chemistry between two leading ladies, this movie made a huge impact on me. And I had actually pitched this one earlier in the year, but it was right after Cube. And I decided that I didn't need any more of my favorite movies getting badgered.
My bad.
Because Rob had told me that he doesn't like this one. But it's Pride Month. It's been a little while. I'm feeling better about Cube slightly. And I wanted to choose something for Pride Month. And like I said, there aren't a ton of options because everyone's talking about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 right now.
Right.
And
So, wait, Kat, does that mean you're not mad at me about Cube anymore?
I'm less mad at you.
Yes. All right.
I've recovered some from Cube.
I'm more mad at you over it, though.
How the hell does that work?
So yeah, I chose it for Pride Month, but it is a yeah, how do you it's a body horror revenge story with lesbians, and I really like it. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Oh, okay. This movie came out in 2018. I see 19 released somewhere when looking this up. I'll go with 18, whatever. 18, 19. I need to get used to newer horror movies. I just need to do it. And this is not me shitting on this movie.
Okay.
I just need to get used to it.
This one was different.
Yeah.
This one throws you for a lot of loops. And it's one of the things I really liked about it, because usually, even with newer horror movies, like, I sit down and I kind of expect that I know what's about to happen because I watch so many of them. And this one got me several times where I had to stop and be like, what am I watching? Like, what have I clicked on? What is this about? Like, what are we doing here? It got me, like, more than once.
But even the tone of it, like, I mean, I think Rob might understand where I'm coming from a little bit with that. Like, I'm so used to the Friday the 13th, and I'm just using these titles because they're big titles. Like that darker sense to a horror movie. And a lot of movies that we've watched recently, and I think this is a good example of a more modern horror movie, like, they're so bright, and the tone is so much higher. And like, I'm just not used to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the direction that we're going in, it seems like.
This one is a bit more, like, polished, I think, in terms of especially, like, the cinematography for this one.
It's
visually.
Flawless. It's flawless. But Rob, you had seen this, you were up on this when it came out, so you threw a rewatch down on this. How do you feel?
Well, the amount of hype that I saw on Twitter about this movie when it came out was it's funny. It's sort of like Bird Box. Remember when that came
Bird
out?
Box
And
got way too hyped.
Everyone was talking about it. That was sort of how the perfection was. And also in the same way that Kat said that it doesn't get talked about now, the same thing. Like, it just sort of, it was like a moment in time where everyone was talking about this movie, and now no one ever talks about it. It's like Bird Box. Everybody was talking about it, and now no one ever talks about Bird Box.
See, I didn't even have, like, I wish I had this recommended. I don't, because I really like the way that I stumbled across it. I walked in blind, and that's how I prefer to walk into movies. But, like, I never heard anyone but me praise this movie.
Yeah. So on the rewatch, I feel about the same way that I did the first time I saw this movie. I don't hate this movie. It's fine. I think that the thing that really bothers me about it is that it starts off in such an interesting way, and it starts going down such an interesting path, and then it completely changes directions and becomes something else. And I always get disappointed by that, because I feel like the story that I felt like they were starting to tell me is much more interesting than the story that they end up telling me.
So I do see where you're coming from with that one, because there was a point the first time I watched it, there was a point, like, right in the middle where I did get really disappointed that it wasn't a plague story.
Yeah, essentially when it stops being a body horror story and becomes more of a revenge story, that's where it loses me, because I think that the body horror story that they have set up is so interesting that I'm all in on that. So when it changes and becomes something completely fucking different, I was like, I'm out. I don't like this. This isn't as interesting to me.
So I didn't like it, like, right at that point. I was really disappointed the first time. But even by the end, just because it had just the way that the story's framed, by the end I had gotten on board. And on the rewatch, I actually liked it a lot more because, and this is something I was going to wait a little bit to talk about, but I'm excited. My favorite thing about this movie is how it's framed, because even though there is that chance that you do lose the audience when they realize it's not a body horror plague thing, I cannot think of a revenge movie that is framed better than The Perfection. And I'm a big advocate. I've gotten into trouble with this before online when I was running my own horror blog and when I was writing for Dead Walk Online. I used to get in a lot of trouble because I apparently am the one woman that really appreciates gritty revenge stories. I really liked Last House on the Left. I really like American Mary.
Oh god, that was rough.
Coralie Fargett's Revenge, just also very good. I really like the revenge arc story. Like, it's very vindicating to me. There's a lot of catharsis there. Sometimes they do kind of get into that weird exploitation area, but it's one of like my favorite subgenres of horror, and that's something that I get a lot of pushback for when I'm recommending movies to people.
That's interesting.
I'm the only person that seems to think this way. But I really love The Perfection because the way that it's paced, the way that it's framed is so non-traditional for a revenge story that when you put it up against I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left and Revenge, and when you put it up against like all of these classic like very body horror-esque violent stories, this is the only one that's framed that creatively, and it's the only one that doesn't start off like they usually follow a very formulaic, you meet the girl gets abused or hurt or whatever, and then like that gets very graphic, and then it escalates into like the full-on revenge arc. And The Perfection sucks you in. It shows you the chemistry, and then it shows you the body horror, and then it backs itself up and is like, okay, here's a new perspective to that. And it gives you like just enough taste of the crazy, jealous, hysterical woman angle, which is where I got disappointed. And then it continues forward where it's like, okay, and now there's like a revenge on top of the revenge, and it gets almost convoluted, and then it backs up that one more time and is like, no, they're on the same page, and before finally giving you Duet, which is just like that perfect end to a revenge film. And I love there's no other movie that frames a revenge story quite like this, and I think it's masterful.
I think that's one of the places where it loses me, though, is when it backs up again to tell me, no, what you thought was happening isn't happening because they're on the same team. At that point, I'm like, all right, you've done this too many times now. It's like one too many changing the story. You know what I mean?
See, I didn't feel that way at all. I really appreciate and I think probably it's just because I was so disappointed that it was like a hysterical woman jealousy thing. You see women pitted against each other in media so often where one's like catty and jealous, and like that's just not the story that I wanted to see. And the fact that we backed it up and we got to use that chemistry from the opening of the movie, and it came full circle. Like it was the perfect like cyclical narrative that I needed.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, I guess. I understand what you're saying. There's something about the execution of this movie that drives me nuts. From a storytelling standpoint, everything else in this movie, by the way, is top notch. It looks fantastic. The performances are great.
Yeah.
I mean, even the music. The music is terrific, which is important
Soundtrack.
Because they're cellists. But everything about this movie is great, except for, in my opinion, the story. I think it takes one too many turns out of left field. I think that they set up an amazingly interesting story at the very beginning and then just do a complete 180 and go in a whole nother direction, which apparently Kat thinks is a feature and not a bug, but I think it breaks this movie for me. It's at that point that this movie is broken for me.
I think that's the thing. I think it depends on, because it's not, I think it depends on what subgenre you're hoping to get going in. Because I secretly am always hoping that it's going to be a feminist revenge movie. And like most of the time it's not. But this time I won, and it was framed beautifully, and it ended on the correct note for me. If I had been looking for a body horror movie, I can see how that would have been incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, but this was a rewatch for me, so I knew what it was, and I was still frustrated and disappointed when it took the turn that it did, because they do such a great job of setting up an interesting body horror, plague, sickness kind of story that I want to see that. And where they go, I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. It just feels a bit convoluted to me. It gets a bit sloppy, and keep in all the doubling back and everything else. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of what they did with it. And I will say I'm not a huge fan of revenge films in general, though. All the movies that you talked about, Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave and stuff, I don't like those movies generally.
Yeah.
So that probably has something to do with it too.
I think you do have to have an appreciation for the revenge story.
Yeah. I mean, the movie Revenge, I don't think I even finished it. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
And I think it is an interesting way to set up a revenge film. And like you said, a completely different than the sort of, template that's been set forth for these kind of movies. But I don't know that it's necessarily a better one.
I don't know if it's better, but it was refreshing, I think.
Yeah, I think that the impact of movies like Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave is sort of in that the brutal depiction of abuse that you see. I mean, they're awful. It's terrible to sit through that. But you see it and you get a sense of how awful it is. And this one, you don't really see it at all.
See, that's why I love this one, because I feel like there have been other movies, I can't name any off the top of my head, but there have been revenge movies where they've kind of tried to tone that down. And that's usually the thing where it usually falls very flat. Like, because they haven't shown you that gruesome stuff, and you don't really want to see it in a movie, but if you take it out, it makes it less cathartic when we get to the revenge part.
Yeah, it doesn't pack that same punch. It doesn't hit with that same impact if you don't see it.
But like The Perfection is the only movie for me that I can think of where you don't really see any of what happens, but it still had that like horror for me. Because like I think it's because of that second. It's because of that second arc that they have where you think that she's just vengeful and crazy and hysterical, and then like they set it up, you find out she's done time in like an institution, and they really set it up like they're just going to have made her imagine the whole thing, and then you see that she didn't, and it's that same kind of like I at least was hit with just like that wave of horror about what she and the other girls had been through, and it made that it made the conclusion very satisfying to me still. And I can't think of another revenge story where they've like cut out so much of like seeing the abuse, and it's been so satisfying to see the abusers get what's coming to them. Like,
yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from. I just, it just doesn't work for me as well for some reason. Like I said, I really do think like at that point where it turns from body horror to revenge is literally a point in this movie where I jump off.
Yeah.
I think what they've set up is infinitely fascinating, and then I don't get to see any of it. Like if it had been these two girls and this sickness and they're in the middle of nowhere in China, to me, what the hell's that story? Because that's incredible.
That also would have been a good story, but
yeah. Mikey, you've been awful quiet. What do you think about this movie?
To be honest, I'm taking it all in right now. I am very middle ground on this movie. I think I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I think my biggest problem ultimately with this movie that's stopping me from saying I like this is there was a lot of start and stop with what I liked, and again, I go into most movies, but especially like if I see something's a horror movie, I go in with certain expectations, which is why I started off by saying I think I need to get used to newer horror movies. When it started off a little slow as a horror movie, but see, it did a good job also keeping me interested in the story, which is why I'm not going to shit on it. Because if I couldn't get interested in this story, Kat would be mad at me. It'd be Cube all over again, But they did a good job. The characters were good. The story was good. They were entertaining. It did all of that for me, and I'm waiting for it, which is fine. I'll wait. That's cool. And that bus scene was so fucking good, and all the body horror stuff Rob had mentioned, that was great. With the sickness and all that, that was great. But even just I'm going to bring up tone again, like that the tension in that scene, and it felt dark and everything that was going on, and that was awesome, man. Like I really, really liked that. And then it stopped, and then it picked up, so there was a little bit of a roller coaster with what I liked most that went up and down. But again, I really can't knock it, because everything in between, it's not like, the cello playing and stuff, you're going to lose me on that. I'm just going to put it out there.
Oh, you don't like the cello, Mikey?
Can we talk about the cello, though? Because that is the two parts of the cello where Elizabeth is talking to Charlotte for the first time, like during the cello performance. And then when they do their first duet together, there has never been like a sexier scene in a horror movie. Like the chemistry between those two during all of the cello playing is so good.
Kat, I'm going to agree with you. Half. Because me and you apparently have two very different definitions of sexy. Probably the 13th part 5 comes to mind. Anyway, but I agree with what you were saying, because that connection, and that was great. The characters the acting was phenomenal. There were several scenes I could point out. Like, I'm not trying to jump forward, but what sticks out to me like that is at the end when they finally killed the dude, and like that satisfaction, relief, like you could just see it on Charlotte's face.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember the scene I'm talking about, but like you could just see it, and they did such a good job of getting these emotions across. But I can if I sit and look at it from a technical standpoint, that's phenomenal. But for me sitting down watching a movie to be entertained, two people playing a cello isn't my idea. But again, that's why I can't shit on it, because I'm able to see what Kat's talking about. It's there.
Why don't you like good music? Any music that's good, I love. And I thought the cello playing was excellent in this movie.
Oh, the cello playing was excellent.
Yeah.
But, you're going to lose me, though.
I hate the
entertainment
cello.
one.
And by the way, Logan Browning, who played Lizzie, is my new official horror crush.
Oh,
and anything that she does is going to be sexy, I think. Anything at all.
Sexier than hot Emma Roberts?
It's a close call. Seriously, Logan Brown, she is gorgeous. My God.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and her playing the cello, forget about it. Even when she's standing on that bus going, if I walk, I'm going to shit myself. I was like, she's sexy. I don't care. I don't care.
That was the best line. That was it. I said, oh, no. I asked a friend of mine, too, while I was watching that. I said, you ever been in a situation where if you walk, you move, you're going to shit? And they're like, yep. I was like, yeah. Been there.
Yeah, we all been there.
Yeah.
We want to admit it or not.
Yep. And sometimes you lose the battle.
Yeah, ain't nothing you can do.
But if you're Logan Browning, you're hot anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're Logan Browning.
All right. Again, see, that's why this is such a middle ground for me, because I can appreciate all that stuff that Kat's bringing up right now. I can appreciate it, and it comes through. I noticed it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on. All right. It's a cello. But I seen the depth of it. I understood the meaning and behind it all. Like, I get it. But me sitting down watching a movie, the disconnect is there, is what I'm saying.
Which
Are you mad at me, Kat?
No, I'm not mad at you because I understand. This is one, and I almost,
it's a deeper movie.
I almost talked to you about it when I picked the movie, but I didn't want to like spoil anything. I didn't want it to be one of those things where I had said too much or like got you in the wrong mindset. But I do recognize this is not a movie for everyone. This is a movie that I love. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. It suits my tastes very well. Because it's critically well done.
Absolutely.
It appeals to my interests. It appeals to some of my experiences. Like the whole sexy orchestra thing, like being a lover of string instruments. Like there's something with the like that just the flirting during the crescendos and stuff. Like it's just good. But like I understand that's not something everyone relates to. I know the revenge story in general is really polarizing. I understand this isn't a movie for everyone.
Well, see, I like that. The revenge thing. That's what I mean. I like that. That was in there. And I was there for it.
And I don't hate the revenge story in the movie as much as I hate the fact that they took me away from something that I thought was much more interesting to give me the revenge story.
Right.
No, I like revenge stories. I'm a petty fuck sometimes, man. I'm there for that. But
you are really petty.
I went back an entire year to troll LeBron James fans and tweets. Yes, very petty.
You are so petty.
That's sort of like I could point at things that I like, and I'm going to point to something later on that is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. But I'm not getting to that yet. But there's so many things I could point at. See, this is why it's going to be a weird Portnoy for me.
What do you say later on? How much later do you think we're going? It's record store day tomorrow.
We're at least another 3 hours talking about the perfection.
There's things that I can point at and say, I really like that. They did that very, very well. But then there's really nothing I can point at and say, okay, that was bad. I can say it wasn't my taste. But I can also at the same time go, okay, but that was done very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know that like the perfection for me, this is probably going to be one of our most skewed Portnoys for me.
It's weird, yeah.
I understand that like it's critically and stylistically it's lined up perfect for me. This is like a perfect storm for a perfect movie for me, but I understand like and I almost told you going in like I understand that no one is going to like this movie quite as much as I do, but critically there's something there. Like it's well done. It's a good movie.
It is extremely well done from a technical standpoint. I will give you that. I mean, like we haven't even mentioned Steven Weber yet.
Oh God, no, we haven't.
And he's great. Is just a terrible, evil, obnoxious prick.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's fantastic, and that's not a role that, like, when I think of Steven Weber, I don't think of that at all. You know, he's got. They make him look like a terrible, evil, obnoxious prick in this movie somehow. But his, generally when you see Steven Weber, he just puts a smile on your face. He looks like a pleasant fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow they make him evil in this movie. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that I do like about this movie. I think I did probably enjoy it more on this rewatch than I did the first time that I saw it, just because I was aware of what it was.
Yeah.
It's still not like one of my favorite movies or anything.
It is a really hard movie. As someone that constantly wants to recommend this movie to people, it's hard to do because it's like you don't want to tell them too much about it. But it's also hard to be like, hey, I've got this lesbian orchestra body horror revenge film for you to see. Like, no one knows what that is.
Kat really should head the marketing team, because you notice how she just said lesbian orchestra body horror. When she first proposed this to us, Rob, especially me not knowing, she just put the lesbian part in.
Yeah.
She left that orchestra shit out. So she's very smart in selling this originally. Now we hear the orchestra crap. I see you, Kat. All right. Okay.
In my defense, I've rewatched it recently. I was remembering the lesbians. Full disclosure, it had been a while since I'd seen the movie when I pitched it to you. I mostly remembered the lesbians.
I will too. You know what? I will point out one thing this movie did bad. And it may sound really fucking dumb, but it annoyed the shit out of me. When the two girls were laying in bed and, they just got done doing their thing and, they're talking and they're laying there naked. There are things that in movies when people just get done having sex and they're, especially the girl, is laying in a bed covered in a sheet, it annoys the shit out of me. Because who the fuck does that after, it makes no goddamn sense. But they didn't do that in this. But they had their arms so awkwardly over their fucking, their nipples and everything. I get you have to cover it. I understand. But to have your arm placed in the most awkward position ever to do so, to make it look casual, that stood out to me for some odd reason.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the pretty ladies.
Believe me, I was too. But I was just sitting there like, who the hell would lay like that in bed to purposely, you have to, the way I don't know why. That's a pet peeve. It's really dumb. I just had to voice that to the world. That annoyed the shit out of me, the way they were doing that. I don't know.
I missed most of what you said. I was online trying to learn more about Logan Browning.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. She is something else. And apparently she's on some TV shows or something too. I'm gonna check those out. I was not familiar with her before watching this movie.
Whole new world.
Yeah, I going back to the chemistry thing that you were talking about between the two of them, Kat. Yeah, it's incredible.
It is.
And that's the one thing that, because I'm always on the other side of that. There are so many movies where it's I didn't like it. I didn't believe that any of the characters liked one another. I'm I'm so hard to please in that area. So to see a couple and be wow.
And they're also two characters that you wouldn't think would like each other, right? Because they're both in this. They're both cello players who.
They're so competitive.
Yeah, while not at the same time attending the same conservatory, they both went to the same conservatory. You would think that they would be natural enemies. It's such a competitive thing.
And like I said, I get so tired of seeing that. And and they're both such great actresses, because during the build up, before the orchestra scene, I was so prepared for them to fight one another and be competitive and childish and catty. And it just to see that turn so quickly into attraction so effectively was it just, good actresses. Good job. I was very impressed.
Yeah. I will say one thing that bothered me about this movie is I will never, no matter how long I live, no matter what circumstances I find myself in, be afraid of a man whose name is Theus. I will kick the shit out of a Theus. I guarantee you that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, I want to bring up my favorite by miles. Well, I don't know. A couple scenes that these two girls were up there, but my favorite part of this movie, that stab in that forearm.
Oh my God.
Oh
yeah.
Holy shit.
That was something, wasn't it?
Oh my God, man.
And the attention to detail, because fights like that, end fights, that's something that gets me about a lot of movies, is when they cheap out on the blood, because it goes so fast and you don't see it for very long, and you can kind of get away with glossing over the practical effects there, and they didn't. They went full. You see everything as it goes through that arm, and it's oof.
Whew. That was crazy. And we've seen knives go through hands and even arms and this and that, and it's the stab, but the drag and oh my God, man, that was crazy. I don't even know. I was thinking of ways to put it since I seen it. I rewound that and watched it at least a dozen times. It was wild. because like Kat said, I mean, not only was it a cool concept, the execution, it was flawless. That was crazy.
My arm hurts just thinking about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looked great. I did not rewind it and rewatch it because it was gross, and I'm
I
not
love that shit.
a disgusting human being like you are.
Yep.
But yeah, it did look fantastic. There's no doubt about that. There were a lot of things that looked great in this movie. You know, she cut her hand off, and even just the stump looked good.
I was just gonna say, like, they almost never, because that's a thing that you see in horror movies all the time, where they cut off someone's limb, and then like you see the stump, but you never like actually get to see the wound part of it. And they didn't flinch away from it in this one. Like,
she had the tiniest nub I've ever seen, though, because her arms were so small. Like it looked so funny. I was like, oh my god, that's the smallest nub ever. It was such a cute nub.
See, if you've got small wrists, though,
Right? Yeah.
like,
It made for a very, very small nub. Oh my god, that was funny to see. But I mean, they didn't shy away from a lot of things in this. I was watching this while talking to somebody, and I actually said out loud, and this is the first time I've ever said this in life, and probably going to be the last. Oh my god, she's going to nub her. And they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
But I knew. Once you know, you're never gonna not know.
Yeah, and I was like, well, it seems to be like fisting, but if you didn't have a fist, is the best way I could explain it. And like they got to that, but like they really they got you to points in this movie, and they gave it to you in a lot of spots, and then they pulled back in a lot of spots. But it was just like everything they did in this was effective, you know?
Yeah. There was that tension that's always just like a little bit there. And I was hoping, like, even through as it was escalating up to that point, I was still kind of hoping that they were going to somehow end up together. But it's like, so I was very relieved when that last fake out came and they rewound. And but like leading up to that, it was really scary because like they've shown you so many horrible things so far in the movie that when she has her nub up there and you're like, I'm about to see this. Like, yeah. I 100% believed that they were going to full on show me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was like, she's about to be fucking elbow deep in a nub. Like I was in awe. And you didn't know if you were, that's the thing, you didn't know if they did so much. You fully expected, okay, this is probably gonna happen right now.
And you like, and it's one of those things where it's like, if I had paused the movie, if I had thought about it for even a second, it's like, there's no way they could show that. Like, there's no way they would do it. But it's like, it was so immersive. They had shown so many things already that it was like, as it was playing out, it was like, if it happens, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see like the full thing, and I don't want to, and I'm scared.
Yeah, that'll hurt. Yeah, that was gonna be bad. But
if that had happened, I would not have chosen this movie for Pride Month.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. I don't know, guys. I'm scared to Portnoy this thing.
I'm also scared. I know that I've given really high Portnoys to stuff before that hasn't been well liked on the show, but I'm a little bit nervous about this one.
I won't be mad.
Okay.
This one I could see it. I won't be. Rob, do you have a Portnoy in mind for this movie?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to start then? I'm still figuring mine out. I have like a range for it.
I'll give this a 6.3.
Ooh. Okay.
I think it's better than I always use 5 as the baseline. That's the average. If I watch your movie and it's just okay, I give it a 5, or, however you want to look at it. Every movie starts at a 5, however you want to look at it. I think that The Perfection is better than that. Just because it's not the movie that I wish that it was, doesn't, isn't really a reason to knock the movie that I have, and I think that they do a really good job with a lot of things. The story does kind of annoy me a little bit. The cutesy little rewind thing that they do kind of gets on my nerves. The sort of, but here's what we didn't tell you, is a little annoying. But overall, there's not a lot to dislike about the movie other than that stuff. I think that the acting, like I said, is fantastic. The look of the movie is wonderful. I can't speak enough about how well shot the movie is, and the music is great throughout. So there's not a lot to not like about the movie. But I do think it tries to be a little bit too cutesy at times. So 6.3 is where I stand.
I thought it was going to be worse than that.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't hate the movie.
All right.
I mean, it brought Logan Browning into my life. Her and I are to be married soon, whether she knows it or not. Whether she likes it or not.
Oh, God.
Rob, you don't want to get nubbed now. Take it easy. All right. This is really weird for me because it's a movie that I can't come out and say that I like, but it's just one of those where you gotta appreciate shit, man. And that being said, I'm gonna give this a 7.2.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'll take that.
And that's on. Like I said, I did not like it, so automatically I would have to put it at least a 6.
Yeah.
But everything else, despite the cello playing, that bored me. Despite
I don't know
that,
how that bores you.
I'm not
So
a classical
sexy.
instrument guy.
Yeah, you don't have to be a classical. Here's the thing, Mikey. You
Oh,
gotta
boy.
learn this in life, all right?
Okay.
This is a life lesson for you, all right? This is a little free bit of life coaching.
Okay.
When someone can do anything at an incredible level, you have to learn to appreciate it.
Oh, I agree. That's
Yeah.
why I'm giving it a 7.2.
And the cello playing was spectacular. Now I have no idea whether these
Absolutely.
girls were actually playing the cello.
It looked good, though.
But yeah, it looked convincing and it sounded fantastic, and you gotta appreciate that.
And I do. That's why I'm sitting here giving it a 7. A movie that I'm saying I don't like is above a 7.
All right.
And it's because I appreciate it.
I do notice that you're making me be the asshole with the lowest rating. I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
And I will say, because you guys have made good points, and I'm trying to be more objective about it I'm trying to give it like a critical score, even though I know I honestly considered before I rewatched it, I considered giving it a 10 out of 10 because I remembered loving it so much, and it's like I'm down from that. I was down from that even when we started.
Well, I don't think you should do that because what I do is I mix critical with personal, and that's
Okay.
how I got to so if there's personal. Look, what movie did I give a ridiculous score to? There's
All of
personal
them.
in there. It's not all of them. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little personal in there.
The only thing in this movie that's a 10 out of 10 is Logan Browning.
Dear Lord.
Okay.
Restraining order imminent.
Did you see her get out of that bed with that thong on?
Oh,
Woo-hoo.
I sure did, sir.
Oh my God.
Why do you think I gave it a 7.2? Anyway, Kat, what are you doing on this thing?
I'm thinking like a 9.4.
Ooh,
that is
like,
a high one.
I know,
Lord.
but I seriously, what I have written down in my notes from the rewatch before we started talking about it, because I couldn't find any like flaws in it. I had
That's
a 9.7, and like
Oh, wow.
critically, I get it. You guys made some good points. I understand that a lot of this is just like it fits really well into my tastes for movies. So I brought it down a little bit for like critical reasons, but I really like this movie, and I have a tough time finding like fault with it. I think the things that they did very well, and
Well, with Kat's score,
Mm.
this movie is officially Slasher Radio approved. It's a 7.6.
There you go.
hey,
There we go. And I
happy
also
Pride
want
Month.
to, right? Yeah. I also want to say this thing. You can't say it's not a horror movie. I'm not saying that. But if you take pieces of this movie, the majority of what you see in this movie is not a horror movie. But as a whole, it is, obviously. But what I'm saying is there's not a ton of horror elements, and it's still able to get the score that it gets. And I think there's a lot to be said about that,
Yeah.
And a good representation for Pride Month as well. Like Kat had mentioned, there's really not a lot. There's a lot of shit movies that represent Pride and LGBT and all that stuff that just put it out there for the sake of. And
Yeah.
that's not good.
Well, we talked about this too, and it was like we wanted to do something for Pride Month. We're like, I'm going to feel really bad if we do Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and I have to bash it for Pride
I
Month.
get so tired of reading articles, and I like every year for Pride Month, everyone talks about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, and I don't like that movie, and I feel so guilty every year.
No, and I get that it's become sort of this, almost a rallying point for the LGBTQ community, and that's great that they have something that they consider their own or whatever. But as a movie, it just sucks.
They should have something that's good.
Yeah, it's just
and this
not
is good.
a good movie.
Right. Yeah. So that's good too. Yeah. 'Cause, even though intentions might be there and those are right, it doesn't make the movie right.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah. I can agree with your message all day, but at the end of the day, you've got to make a good movie or it doesn't matter.
Right.
It just wouldn't matter. Yeah.
Fantabulous? What?
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. Yeah. Oh boy.
I almost sent you the opening line for Fantabulous script, but then it was too long to send over a tweet, so I had to. I need to have a conversation with my editor before I release any of Fantabulous. It can be trimmed down some.
Well, remember we're shooting for a 3.5 hour runtime, so
fuck you.
Okay,
that is what 100 or 240 pages or something.
So I can describe it a little bit more. Yeah.
How many Chucky teasers are that?
I don't. You do the math. I'm not going to do it. I already did the math on the port noise. What are we doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen, they are talking about a gay shark movie that they are looking to make called Fantabulous. Just a little perspective here.
Yeah.
So that's what.
I'll be releasing it on Patreon.
Yeah. I don't like the way you describe it at all, though, Mikey.
That's how you guys described it.
I feel like we were a little classier than you.
With more enthusiasm.
Yeah. Okay. That's the problem. There's a lack of enthusiasm on your part.
Yeah.
Kat and I were extremely excited about Fantabulous.
The sad part is Chris would probably fucking love it.
Yeah. Chris has got good taste. That's why.
Let's have Chris on next week. Have him pick the movie. We'll have a good time.
Could we not?
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Is there anything that was not said that anything with Logan, what's her name, Rob, that wasn't said?
Well, I think I pretty much said it all.
You did.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
I know.
What if she follows you on Twitter, Rob?
I just followed her on Twitter. We'll see if she follows me back.
She's going to block you.
I know she is. It's sad. It really is. That's how my life is.
I hope she follows me.
Oh, if she follows you and blocks me, I'm going to cry. I will cry.
Oh, man. Kat, did you have any points that weren't addressed?
No, I think I talked about everything.
How'd you feel about Logan Browning, Kat?
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Right?
She also is one of my horror crushes. It's not new, though, so I was a little bit more subdued about it. But I've had a crush on her since right around... that was another convenient timing for me, because I found The Perfection right around the same time I started having crushes on women and things. And...
yeah.
So this one really drove it home. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she... I was unfamiliar with her. And I had seen this movie before, and so I'm a little surprised that I didn't become more familiar with her after the first watch. But yeah, she really caught my attention this time. And yeah, she's right up there with crazy Emma Roberts. And she doesn't. I mean,
she doesn't have to be crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say she doesn't even need the crazy. If she's crazy too, look out, world.
I love how Rob says she really caught my attention. You see 90% of her entire, but more than that, of her entire body naked, practically. Yeah, I'd imagine that caught your attention.
It did. Yeah. It caught my attention. Yeah. I do want to say real quick, what's the name of the actress who played Charlotte? She's sort of the main character in this movie, and I don't feel like we talked about her at all. Allison Williams. She's great too in the movie. That should be noted. Right?
Yeah, she does an exceptional job.
Yes, yeah, she's really terrific, and she does go from what she does so well. At the beginning of this movie is she plays this sort of innocent, nice girl kind of character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who has this plot in her head that we don't learn about right away, and she sort of turns I don't want to say she turns evil because that's not really what she's doing, but she sort of, I don't know, she runs the gamut throughout this movie. Yeah, she sort of, you see a darkness come out of her in this movie.
She gives a performance that, like, you can go back and on the rewatch, it can be because when you see her, she seems very innocent and very naive on up until the rewind. But if you rewatch it, there's that sinister aspect is always there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she can be menacing or innocent in the same performance, which is really, it's good.
Changed gears very, very well.
Yeah, I just wanted to give her a little bit of props too, because I've been talking a lot about Logan Brownie, who is spectacular. But I, figure Allison Williams deserves a little bit of mention here for her performance in the movie as well.
All right. Well, I'm going to start pushing for Logan Brownie and Warwick Davis to follow me on Twitter. So we'll see how this goes. Right. One on spite, one is not.
All right, fine.
All right. The race is on, Mr. Humphrey.
I know. That's the problem with Mikey. Mikey always wants to stand in the way of love, guys.
Yeah, tell me about it.
True love. We're trying to squash it.
All right, guys. That's the movie for this week. Kat, I'd imagine this went a lot better than you thought it would.
It did. It really, really did.
I'm glad.
Was I the one you were worried about, Kat?
I was, honestly, I was worried this was going to be the first one that you guys really teamed up against me.
Mikey and I will never be on the same team.
I can see that. Because this is the one I thought was going to do it.
It really hasn't happened yet. Shit. Maybe one day, Rob. One day.
Yeah, one day. Who knows? After our male bondage.
We're done.
Hi, guys.
I don't want to think about it. Go to Slasher Radio on Twitter. Give us a follow. You can also go to slashradio.com. Check out all our articles, episodes, interviews. Everything is on there. You can also find a link to our Patreon on there. That's patreon.com/Slasher Radio. You can get the show ad free. If you're missing the Easter eggs, that's where they are at Patreon. Last week alone, guys, you missed, I can't remember the exact number. I believe it was at least 15 minutes of content, upwards of that. And you're missing about that much content every week on top of the Lord, what is it, Rob?
Lord Humphrey Audio Entertainment Network. Come on.
Right.
We do watch-alongs or not watch-alongs. What do we do? We do commentary.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that stuff.
Commentary. We do have watch-alongs and all that. Yeah, go guys. It starts at 75 cents a week. It starts at literally 3/4 a week. So go check us out, and we're giving by far the most perks of any horror podcast. So just go check it out. It's free to look. And support indie horror, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And by the way, too, when you listen to the episode on Patreon, you even get when you listen on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening, you get our logo, which looks phenomenal. But you also on Patreon, you get, when you're listening to the episode, you get the flyer for each episode. So it's a little bit of a different experience, and with the Easter egg and the ad free, getting the full experience of the show. So. There you go. You can also follow me at Mikey's Dead on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter at RadioRob123. And you can also listen to my other show, This Horror Life, wherever you are hearing Slasher Radio.
That's right. And I got to start my reviews on those. Damn it, I forgot about that. That's going to be another one that's on there. So keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Kat, where are they finding you?
You can find me on Twitter at cat_Vleur, VOLEUR. You can also check out the channel that I write for over on YouTube, Blood Binge.
There you go. Come check us out next week, guys. And that's it. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.